I was having technical difficulties, y'all. I had to go fix something. I'm back though. I'm here. Listen, welcome into the building. Am I glitching? I feel like I'm glitching a little bit, but hopefully the technology will catch up with me. I'm glad to see y'all in the building. Hit the like button, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm here. Okay, listen, guys, it is Trending Topics Tuesday, and we're in the building, and we got stuff to talk about. Yes, we do. Okay, and so today's Trending Topics is called Men Matter. Okay, Men Matter. And the reason why we're saying that, I'm just checking. I feel like I'm glitching. Am I glitching? Can y'all talk to me? Am I glitching? Do y'all see me okay? Still glitching. All right. I'm gonna bring the people in the building, introduce the first story, and then I probably have to come out and go back in. I thought I fixed everything. We'll see if it kind of catches up. Yes, everybody's saying I'm glitching. Like, what is going on here? All right, so we're gonna see if my system will start acting right. Hopefully it'll start acting a little bit better. They trying to stop me on a Tuesday. I ain't even got no messy topics. What is going on? Okay, listen, guys, it is Tuesday, Trending Topics Tuesday, and we are here to talk about Men Matter. Men matter. So we're addressing the challenges that some of these men are going through, right? And so a little bit of challenges that the men are going through is Jelly Roll. He's a country singer. I absolutely love him. Right, I absolutely love Jelly Roll. So Jelly Roll, who is a country singer, he's a big guy, right? Come on now, Savannah. Oh, I should have looked up and see if I could have played that song. Let's hear it for the boys. I love that song. Yes. Come on, no technical issues on a Tuesday. Exactly, right? Come on, they trying to shut me down. What's going on? So, it's the Men Matter because Jelly Roll, he's a country singer. I absolutely love him. He's a big guy, though. He's a big guy, but he is trending down. He's losing weight. I don't know if he's using Ozempic or not, but I know he is trending down and losing weight. So his wife talked about how he came off of social media for a minute because he was tired of people talking about his weight. And that's why I said men matter, because men have feelings too, right? We a lot of times, as ladies, we get to cry out our feelings a lot. We talk about our feelings a lot. A lot of times men do not, okay? And that's why I'm here to say that men matter. So for all the men in your life, hear them out, listen to them, talk to them, allow them to express their feelings, their hurt, and their pain to you also, right? So thank God he has a beautiful wife and, a wife that supports him, because I think that the weight struggle is real. I said it before that the diet industry is $1 billion industry and it makes so much money. And that's why now these pharmaceutical companies, they are raking it in, guys, raking it in on that Ozempic and all of those medications that are currently helping the people lose weight. It's just so crazy how much they're like raking it in on those things, right? So we're going to talk about Jelly Roll in his situation. And there's many people, you see your own stars in entertainment industry, they're like, I had to take a break from social media because there are some fans that they have no chill. They have no chill. I could never be in someone's comments and just dragging them for filth, right? Even when I had my issues and with someone I just really didn't like, I didn't go in their comments and like drag them for filth. Like, I mean, not my circus, right? But there's some fans that they will go to the person's comments, they would drag them for filth, call them all kinds of names. I call them keyboard bullies. They're keyboard bullies. They will go and get behind that keyboard because no one can see their face. And a lot of them make fake accounts. Or they make side accounts when they want to go in and bully people. Well, you want to know what's interesting? Tiffany Haddish said she made up a fake account because she got tired of the people coming after her. So she made up a fake account and will go into the comments and respond to the people that was trying to bully her. So this bullying thing, unfortunately, it not only happens in grade school, it happens in adulthood. And I think overall, we all need to stop. Okay, so the men matter. Now, we also want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion. What do these, this obsession with sex is bananas. To the point where people don't mind doing, these FO parties that they talked about with Diddy. It's not just Diddy. Okay. Diddy might be the one being exposed now, but there were people partying with Diddy. And I don't personally believe that the only people that was partying with her were paid workers. There was others involved. And it seems like the entertainment industry, and it's not just them, but it seems like it runs rampant in the entertainment industry in terms of them liking to just, sleep around. And they don't mind who you are. They'll sleep with, as long as you breathing, they'll sleep with you. It's just crazy. So Megan Thee Stallion, her ex-photographer, is accusing her of a hostile work environment, so to speak. He's accusing her of SH. He's saying that, he was forced. He was in the SUV with her, and she was making out with a girl, and he was subjected to it like he had to watch. It reminds me almost of the Lizzo situation. Right? The Lizzo situation where the workers said that pretty much, they felt like they had to go to these events where, it was all sexual and stuff like that, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be looked upon well when it came time to dance or do their job or whatever the case may be. So this photographer is suing now, and he's saying that he was underpaid also. So the men matter, so the men are speaking up. It seems like 2024 is the year of exposure, but in addition to it being the year of exposure, it seems like it's the year of lawsuits too. Not lawsuits in 2024. Okay. Then we're going to talk about this football player, Tyreek Hill. He's young and he got 10 kids. You heard me, double digit, 10, 8 baby mamas. 10 kids, 8 baby mamas, and he's young. He needs to just go ahead somewhere now. I don't tell nobody what to do with their body, but he needs to get a vasectomy. 10 kids, 8 baby mamas, and he said when the baby mamas and the kids come to see him play football, he gets stressed out. Well, I'm sure you do. You got to deal with the energy of 8 females, and then you got 10 kids. So, see, I blame these ladies, though, too. If you meet somebody and they have some children and they got a baby mother, all right. You meet somebody, they have some children, they got 2 baby mamas, you like, okay. You meet somebody, they got a few kids, they got 3 baby mamas. You be smart if you don't put the if you put the pause sign and the hold on and the yield sign. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Because obviously, 1, he's fertile. And 2, do you really want to be baby mama number 4? Because obviously he ain't into marrying people either. So is this what you want for your life? No, I don't care how much money you have, how good you look. When the number count is getting up there with the baby mamas and the babies, I'm good. I'm not going to be baby mama number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. No, I pass on all of that. But these ladies, they seem to, I don't understand this anything for money. I don't understand it. I'm good. I will make my own money. I will do my own thing. I will be my own person before I sit around and I become your baby mama number whatever. And like I said, I could deal with baby mama number 1. Yeah. That's too many personalities to have to deal with. That's a fact right there. Too many. Who wants to deal with all of that? But that's why he's stressed out when all of them are coming to, the games. It's a hot mess. Well, listen, guys, y'all know what I need right in that chat. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Tuesday night and it's trending topics. And we're here to say that the men, y'all do matter. We're here for y'all. We're trying to help y'all. But you also got to kind of help yourselves too, okay? We can't do it all, but we're going to try our best to help you out, all right? So let me bring the people on in the building. I'm going to see if I can feel a little glitchiness that's going on. I don't like this, what's going on tonight. So hold on. Let me bring the people on in the building. If I can. I'm trying. Oh, my computer really acting up tonight. Hey, Savannah. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva, choo-choo.
Choo-choo. Hey, E. I'm probably going to have to go in and come back out. I don't know why, but my thing is just acting a fool tonight. Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Diva. Choo-choo-choo.
Choo-choo. Hey, Bunny.
Hey, how you been?
Good. Nice to see you. And hey, Tay. I'm going to go ahead and introduce this first story, bring it up. Then I'm going to really try to go out and come back in because it seems like my thing is just a glitching. It don't want to act right. And we ain't got time because we got stories to get through tonight. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not quite understanding what these entertainment folks don't get. Listen, people are so happy even if you're doing the right thing. Could you imagine if you do something wrong or they think you do something wrong? For the lawsuit seems to be like people's latest come up, right? I've never been that girl. I've been that girl that, you know what? I work for my money. And I'm not gonna walk through the Walmart and be like, oops, throw some water on the ground, be like, I tripped and now I'm suing. I'm just not that chick, right? But there's a lot of people that this is what they do. They sue for a living. But this particular individual, he does seem like he has a case. Okay, because he's saying, let me go ahead and see if I can share this screen. See if we could get this Megan Thee Stallion story in. It is really acting up.
Hey Diva, you don't think you had many tablets, don't you?
What happened?
I say you don't think you have many tablets on your computer.
No, I don't know. It's something going on with my internet today. I would probably if I go out and come back in, it'll fix itself. But I want to first go ahead and introduce this story, and then I'll see what I could do. All right. So let's get into this Megan Thee Stallion story, if I can. All right, here we go. Let me just move up some here. So Megan Thee Stallion Megan Thee Stallion's former cameraman is suing the rap superstar for allegedly creating a hostile work environment, claiming she forced him to witness her having relations and other scandalous claims. His name is Emilio Garcia. He claims in a complaint filed in Los Angeles Tuesday and obtained by Page Six that Megan, 29, had sexual relations with an unidentified woman while riding in an SUV during a tourist stop in Spain in June of 2022. The personal videographer who had worked with the WAP rapper since 2018 allegedly witnessed the incident as he claims he was in the car at the same time. So he's an employee with, that's him right there, behind the one with the camera. Okay. Yeah, this thing is really, really acting up. So I can't even move my screen. Okay, there we go. All right. So let me go down. That's him with the camera there. So let me X this out. Okay, so don't ever discuss what you saw, Megan allegedly told Garcia the next day, per the suit. The cameraman told NBC News of the alleged incident, I felt uncomfortable. I was kind of frozen and I was shocked at kind of just the overall audacity to do this right beside me. Garcia also claims in the complaint that Megan berated him during the same trip to Spain with comments like, you fat B, spit your food out, and you don't need to be eating. To hear someone who advocates about loving your body tell me these things, I felt derated. He told NBC News of the remarks that Savage rapper, whose real name is Megan Pete, allegedly said to him at the time. Garcia claims Megan then altered his pay from a monthly rate of $4,000 to a pay-per-task system after the trip, resulting in him earning significantly less. He allegedly also noticed a change in how he was treated and saw a decrease in the number of bookings he received per the lawsuit. Garcia claims he suffered damages as a result of what he allegedly endured, including substantial losses in earnings, totaling more than six figures in back pay, employment benefits, and injuries, sickness, emotional distress, medical expenses, and more. He endured a barrage of relentless sexual and fat-shaming comments, plunging him into profound emotional distress, according to the complaint. Further claiming the videographer now struggles with mounting anxiety, depression, and physical distress stemming from the toxic work environment. Roc Nation terminated Garcia in June 2023, and per his attorney, he believes it was direct retaliation for his complaints about the ongoing illegal behavior and failure to pay him properly. Megan just needs to pay our client what he's due, own up to her behavior, and quit this sort of SH and fat shaming conduct, his attorney says in a statement to Page Six. Emilio should never have been put in a position of having to be in the vehicle with her while she had relations with another woman. Ooh. All right, hold on one second. Let me stop sharing. Savannah, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so there's a lot in this story. While no one should have to put up with SA in the workplace, he was employed since 2018, so that's 5 years that he put up with it, and the benefits of traveling and working with Roc Nation and Megan Thee Stallion, and he had no issues with it for 5 years and reaping the benefits of working and traveling with Roc Nation. So all of a sudden, is it because he witnessed her having relations with a female, he was uncomfortable, or was it because of the fat shaming, or was it that he wasn't paid properly? What is he claiming that what does he want? What is he fighting for here? Because I'm not understanding what his grief is. It seems like he's fighting for a come up, because for 5 years he didn't have an issue with it. He was benefiting from, because if he had an issue with it, he should have walked away. He was living it up for 5 years. Because I read a few articles of this story, and he was cool with other parties that she was in, that Rock Nation was in, and other instances that happened, and he was living it up. He had no issues with it. All of a sudden, now it's an issue because she was fat shaming him. He got paid less than what he should have been paid, and then he witnessed her having relations with a woman, and he felt uncomfortable. So he's trying to couple all these three instances into unfair uh, unfair reasons of why he was let go. I just, to me, it seems like he's looking for a come up, and not a justifiable reason of why Megan should have to pay. To me, it's a come up. I don't think he has I don't think it's a justifiable case, honestly.
I appreciate you, Savannah. In my opinion, I'm gonna go to you, and if you could do me a favor, go around. I'm gonna drop out, come back in, and see if my thing will stop acting up. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think that the reason why we're just not hearing about it now, this happened in 2022, and we're in 2024. So I think he's sad because she dropped that pay down, and she's using other videographers, which is her right. She didn't have a contract with him for that. And now he's bringing up these old claims. I think this is petty, and I can't wait to see what this trial comes out, because it seemed like homeboy wants some money that he should not get. E, what are your thoughts?
I didn't hear any illegal activities. It sounds to me like he is putting 20 on 10. What illegal activities? He filed the lawsuit in California, but he's talking about Megan kissing and touching on some woman in the back seat while he watched from the front seat. He was not essayed at work. He didn't have his own ride. So he was riding with Megan. And if he was that uncomfortable, tell the driver to pull over and you call an Uber. But nobody touched him. Nobody asked him to join, and nobody told him to watch. And so when I looked at the complaint, he said that he was told not to mention it. He didn't say Megan told him not to mention it. See, as Felicia would say, words matter. And so who is this person who is warning him not to say anything about it? Now, later on in the suit, I heard Diva say that he claims that he was fat shamed by Megan. Well, how did that come up? Why would she bring that up? The context is missing. I need the full details. What did she say? What did you say? Because what we do know about Megan has been on this weight loss journey. She's been working out. She's been drinking water. She lost a ton of weight. Fat shamed you how? What did she say to you? What did you say to her? How did that come about? I need some details here. And he said that he was treated differently. Well, in the workplace, there's a plethora of reasons as to why one might be treated differently. If she thought enough of your work to fly you to Spain, and then the work began dwindling down, her image has changed. She's lost weight, and maybe she found someone else. If you're not under contract, then you're at will, and guess what? She can hire somebody else. And so I do think this is a money grab, and I feel like he threw in all of this salaciousness to get the conversation going in a way that was to embarrass Megan, and not to talk about what the lawsuit is. The lawsuit is your services are no longer needed. Thank you.
All right, Katrina, your thoughts?
I'm with E, I'm with you, and I'm with Savannah. I think it's a money grab too. You sat around, like E said, why didn't you don't have to watch? Why are you watching? You could have been, like you said, you could have stopped the car and said, look, I can't deal with this, let me get out. And then why are you bringing it up now when she was in Spain? You could have brought this up when you got back to the United States if that made you feel so uncomfortable. Because I'm quite sure that's not Meg's first time having sex in a car. And another thing is, you got mad with her, but Rock Nation was the one that fired you. So why you not trying to sue Jay-Z? She didn't fire you. Rock Nation fired you. Fired you. So why you not trying to get him? And then this girl, I'm not saying that she's innocent and whatsoever, but this girl have been through so much. Folks have to put this girl down, lied on this girl. This girl had to fight for her name, called her all kinds of names, and now she's got a partnership with Planet Fitness. She's doing right with her body. She's trying to have body positivity. And I just don't really see her calling him that. I'm not saying that she didn't, because I'm not there. I didn't witness it whatsoever. But if anybody doing that, that would mess up her brand. So why would she do that? Because you employed by a Planet Fitness, which is worldwide. So why would you say this so that can make you look bad? I don't know. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I'm not for sure. But either way, I'm just saying the stuff that he's saying, I'm quite sure this is not the first time he's seen this. I'm quite sure when he's saying that he was getting less job, maybe because she was booking less things. You can't blame the pay rate on her. You got to go back to Jay-Z, Rock Nation, the one that fired you, not Megan. But you want to put Megan in it because people already scandalized her name. So you want to add her into that too. But I'm not saying that I don't know if she's innocent or guilty. I'm just saying how I see it. And that's all I got, y'all.
Okay, Bunny, you up next?
Okay, so I'll say this when it comes to Megan. Um, it's easy to paint the picture of her being the bad guy because over the years, like with her, I think each EJ who did her hair, or was the stylist, there was stylists, hairstylists, the ones that don't stay for the long haul, right? Or don't constantly get a call back. They have complaints about Megan Thee Stallion to the point where EJ, who did her hair, was on trial, and because he was no longer employed with her, changed his testimony the night of that incident in those times. So I just see like I don't know what it is about Megan, but it's like for her, she just attracts the wrong crowd. Like, and I see with some of the people that really like her, she pushes them away. So I just feel like I guess once the gravy train stopped, the economy got bad. This just sounds like a disgruntled employee. Like it just sounds like a disgruntled employee. And one thing I will say though with celebrities, when these people who you have on your payroll, whether they're your friends or not, but they're on the payroll, you're never off the clock. Never forget that you're never off the clock. They are looking for things just in case they leave off of bad terms. They're looking for something. Even if it was months, a year, 2 years before they get fired, they're keeping their eyes peeled. Just in case they see something, they film it, they record it, they keep old text messages, transfer it to the new phone they got. They're keeping those in the chamber. They're keeping those in the vault just in case they get fired or they're, given their pink slip so that they can use it, sue these people. Because the thing is that they're not handing out NDA papers. Megan's clearly not handing out NDA papers when there's been story after story by different people. She's got to tighten up on that end. Everybody's not your friend. Everybody doesn't have your best interests at heart. I do feel like he is on the come up trying to figure things out because she is using other videographers, photographers. But my thing is, you were uncomfortable with that car ride, but you weren't uncomfortable taking pictures of her in the bed with rose petals with Party Fontaine.
Come on,
That
Bunny.
Valentine's Day before they broke up. You wasn't uncomfortable when you took the picture on the pool side where she had her head at Party Fontaine's crotch. You weren't uncomfortable then taking that picture. You also weren't uncomfortable when she was dating Moneybag Yo. And she was laying on his crotch and you took that picture. There's a lot of pictures that you've taken that were very provocative, that were very quote unquote uncomfortable and very sexually suggestive. But you didn't complain then. Now you're complaining that you were uncomfortable with her interaction with the women in the car. So you're telling me that in her 2 relationships and apparently, allegedly, supposedly other relations she's had with other people, you've never seen things go down. Now you're speaking on that one situation, but you've taken pictures that were intimate situations in bedrooms with rose petals, with champagne, with flowers, everything. I'm just saying, I just want to know.
Mm, mm. I just want to throw this in there. This is just a question. It seems like when men come forward, they get a little rougher time with their story being believed or acceptable. But when the ladies come forward, it's like rah 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 rah.
Not with black women, not with black women, not with black women though. That's more so white women, non-black women get it's a horse and pony show with the white ones, with the Asian ones, with the Latin ones, with the ones that are more adjacent to whiteness or are white.
Okay.
They get the grace. Yes, the Amber Heards get the grace. The Megan Thee Stallion, the past 3-4 years, Megan Thee Stallion has been crucified by by the public. People have Rihanna till this day. Oh, they were having a fight. She didn't get abused. Karuchi, that gets glossed over. Like it's black women or black adjacent women. We don't get the grace. We do not get the grace. So it's like, sure, we can say men get a harder time, but just as men are not believed, black women are in the same boat.
Girl, you better shut up and keep on talking.
So I just want to throw into the conversation. Hold on one second. My computer seems to be better now, hopefully. So 50 Cent says the photographer suing Megan Thee Stallion should be punched in the head and the case should be thrown out of court. Because he said if he saw 2 women started making out, he said, I'm not offended. His case should be thrown out of court. So I get what y'all saying. Y'all saying, you know, he took very suggestive pictures before and he seemed not to have a complaint. I'm gonna throw this in the conversation. You taking a picture of people kissing, you taking a picture, maybe their head is somewhere, is one thing. You actually being in unauthorized video, and because 2 people are actually having relations, that's a whole nother level.
But he didn't say it was filmed.
Yes.
I think the problem is this happened in 2022. We're in 2024. And the pay that he's talking about is now that she's not using him. It feels like, so now that I'm not paying you $4,000 and I'm not using you exclusively, now you're suing me for my past behavior.
Because he's calling it retaliation.
Exactly.
He's saying that once he complained, it was retaliation and his time and everything started getting reduced, right?
But he didn't say who he complained to.
What we don't know is at what point in this employment did he start to complain. So again, I say this, Cassie was in this thing 10 years deep, right?
I've said Cassie ain't all the way innocent.
I said it too.
Right, that part too.
Rodney was his
Cassie was hiring him. So we know she ain't innocent.
Yeah, and Rodney ain't innocent either. He out there getting the girls. He ain't innocent either.
Tell him.
Right, but many wasn't saying that at the beginning. So we could, you know, that could be said now. There was not too many people. The people threw tomatoes at me, but I'll carry on. I'm just saying that, you know, when men come forward, they get this type of backlash. Is as if when it comes to adult relations, I'm gonna call it, it's like, oh, if you a man seeing this, what's the big deal? But if I'm at the workplace, do I gotta be subjected to two people getting it in, unless I'm a videographer for a corn company and change the first letter? You know what I'm saying? Why? What is this about?
Okay,
They
let me
weren't
ask.
at
I'm gonna ask you
work.
this.
They were in
What
the
did he?
car.
I'm saying, let me ask you this. Did he ever tell her that he don't feel comfortable about with her having
He told him the
sex?
next day to shut his mouth and
Does he
never
have?
to speak of what he saw. So what are you saying? What are you saying that is?
No, I'm asking. No, that's what I was asking. Was did he ever complain to her, telling her, "Well, I don't
Well, he didn't
appreciate
get a
you doing
chance
that"?
to, because he already knew that she said, shut your mouth and don't ever tell what you saw.
But see, she didn't even know he was in the car because she was like, "Was you in the car last night?" So I guess she was either high or whatever because she asked him, "Was you in the car?" And I'm quite sure maybe she wasn't in her right mind or whatsoever, and they did whatever they did. But I'm just saying, is this the first time that she ever did this in front of him? Is what I'm asking. Because I'm quite sure this is not the first time Megan had relationship with a woman in front of him. That's what I'm want to know, Diva. I'm not saying that, like I said, we don't know the specifics of the thing, but I'm
We
just
know
saying
in
in
his
general
lawsuit that he talks about this one incident and how she told
that
him
one incident.
to shut his mouth. Let me just move in. Tay, your thoughts on this situation?
Oh, well, this right here, he should walk away. I with everybody right here. He should walk away. And you are, I'm gonna put my air comment right here. And you are culpable to see two women make out. You should walk away. That's all, Devo.
I appreciate you. It's funny. They said this dude is bugging, and if he's so sensitive, he needs to stop working in the entertainment industry. This is funny to me, y'all, because when Diddy, we want Homeland Security, the feds, the po and everybody to come lock him up like right now.
Yeah,
So,
because he got a
hold
13-year-old girl.
on one second. So the behavior starts at a low level and then it progresses. So and if y'all saying that she didn't remember about him being in a car, so that tells you already that some types of substances are was involved. If you want to roll with that, so what is the difference between Diddy, these FO parties, or doing whatever, and it leveling up to a certain level? It's in the same category. It just might be a low level version of the category, but it's in the same category. Would anybody want to be hired as a videographer and you thinking you're just documenting a concert, and now all of a sudden you sitting there and you witnessing, and you in the car, and these people are getting it in?
Well, I would say stop the car, let me out.
Mm-hmm. All right, Dustin.
Can you hear me, Diva?
Yes.
All right, I want to say something right quick, Diva. And I agree with what everybody else is saying on the panel tonight so far. And I think that Didi is a different situation, and this situation is here. There might be some similarities, but this is a whole entire different situation, in my opinion. Didi has a more hard situation, and it's hard to talk. It's hard to think about. Didi has more at risk than there's a lot at risk with the DD situation. So there's a lot of similarities, but every situation is different.
So it's far fetched. Y'all saying that she fat shamed him? That's far fetched.
No, it ain't.
Megan would
No, it
never do
ain't.
that.
No, it ain't. It's not far fetched. I didn't say that, but I'm just saying that every situation is different.
Okay. Okay. All right. So is it far fetched that she had these relations in the car and he was sitting there?
No, I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna come out, Diva, later, and there's some things I don't agree with, but we're gonna find out later. But I don't know. But so far, I think every situation is different.
Well, of course, every situation is different, but then every situation sometimes has some similarities. And I'm just saying that the foundation of it all, there are some similarities. Okay, there's some similarities in the foundation of it all.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, and the real premises is that when you are an employer and you have an employee, you have to follow. Hold on one second, Dustin. When you are an employer and you have some employees, there are rules and regulations you have to follow.
Yeah,
and that's a point blank in the period. Hold on, Dustin. And at work, I should not be subjected to my co-workers or my boss having relations with their friend. I'm sorry, I should not be subjected to that.
Yeah.
I don't care how I want to toss this salad up. There is no way I should be subjected to my boss having relations with their friend, and then the next day my boss coming and telling me, "Oh, you shut your mouth."
Well, I don't agree with that situation, Dave. I think that it shouldn't have happened in a workplace anyway. It shouldn't happen, period. Let's just say that. It shouldn't happen, period. But it shouldn't have happened in a workplace because it kind of puts the workplace at a higher alert. But it shouldn't have happened in period, but not in a workplace.
I appreciate you. Okay. Anybody else before I move on from this subject?
I just want to say, oh, go E.
Yeah, this wasn't a workplace situation. Unless he was filming them in the back seat, he was only in the car because he couldn't afford his own Uber. Period. They weren't at work. There was a voluntary space, and she was drunk after the club. She didn't even know that man was in the car. So it's not liking to what Diddy was doing. Diddy has a girl that he found off the street and said that I think you would benefit from being raised by a black person. And we still don't know where that girl is. We haven't found her. He's walking around with pouches with pink pills in them. It's a difference here. He's breaking people's noses. It's a difference. And to liken Megan to Sean Diddy Combs, I think that's a stretch. I'm sorry. It's not the same.
So no, let's be clear here, because I don't like confusion on my channel. I said it's a level in the same area and category, and hers is at the very low level of it. And I'm saying, what is the difference between these people that are suing Diddy and this guy that is suing Megan? Men matter. So because it is a male, he should be okay with seeing two girls get into it, because he should just be okay with that. Why? Because he's a man? It just doesn't make sense to me. And thank you, Luciana. He is also suing Rock Nation in this particular lawsuit. So I'm just saying that he's an employee. And anytime, and that's why they also tell you too, if you go to work events and the work event has an open bar, it will behoove you not to get pissy drunk, because it is a work event. So all I'm saying is, come on, Raheem, I appreciate you, right? All I'm saying is, so Diddy was soliciting for an unlawful act. Listen, whether you're soliciting directly or indirectly, if my employer is in the car having relations with somebody else and I am there, you're involving me in this thing indirectly. What am I going to do? Jump out a moving car?
She didn't know he was there.
Well, that's problematic too, though, in and of itself. But hold on one second. Who else wanted to say something before somebody's whoever Bunny, you're talking, but you sounding a little muffled there. Go ahead, talk again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So yeah, my allergies are kind of bad. So if I sound like a little,
no, you sound fine. It was sounding a little messy at first.
Okay,
it wasn't not your voice.
Yeah, because I was trying to clear my throat. But I'm gonna say this. So as we know with celebrities, I feel like for the celebrities, you know, to protect themselves. They need to always feel like they're on the clock in some way. I feel like the lines were blurred for years since she's been working with this person for 5, 6 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've gotten so close to the point that I feel like, you know, now because Rock Nation is taking over and saying, hey, we don't have the funds like we used to because the entertainment industry is crumbling. If people don't already know, the entertainment industry is crumbling because of streaming. There's no fully pure sales in anything. So it's like every people look like money, but they don't have money like
Come
you
on.
think they do.
Right.
So so basically, Megan is one of the people, one of the top earners in hip hop, but that's still not enough money to make sure he has his monthly salary. He's not understanding that the music industry don't got the money that it used to when him and Megan first came in the scene, when she was doing her mixtapes and getting paid and doing shows all over the place. So she can't, so she and her agreement with Rock Nation, they can't pay. They have to do per DM. So he's getting upset about that. But at the same time, she also has to tighten up as far as knowing that you're always on the clock, even with your people that you know for years and they're working for you, they're on the payroll. And because his contract changed, he's going to look at all his files, look at all the videos, even the off the record stuff, and come because clearly he has a case. Clearly he has footage to to produce to support his claims because he was the photographer, videographer, which is that's dangerous. So it's like I wish her the best. I wish him the best, but it's gonna be a messy, messy, messy case. But clearly he has a case. But that's the thing now with celebrities need to watch themselves and they need to know to be, even though it's an open bar and events and parties and everything, you got to still tighten up or at least have your personal assistant tighten you up.
Okay, I'm going to move on unless somebody is really compelled to say one more thing. I'm going to move on to the next story.
If he hurting for money that bad, go work for Nicki Minaj. She's on tour right now, Gag City. Choo choo.
All right, I'm going to move on to the next story. You know, I'm going to stay connected to the story to see how it pans out. But I will just say one more time, men matter. He has a story. He told his story. And as an employer, you have to always be mindful that these are your employees and not your friends.
Agreed.
And
Watch
that's
everybody and trust no one.
that part. It's a point blank in the period. All
Agreed.
right. All right. Or else it's going to cause you funds. Like it's probably going to cause a little bit of coins because of this situation right here. Right. So let me move forward and roll into this next story with Jelly Roll. I fell in love with Jelly Roll when I was I heard this song in Need of a Prayer. I just love that song. I could listen to any kind of music. I just have to like the song. So it doesn't matter country, this, that, whatever. If I like it, I'll listen to it, right? But his wife talks about how he had to take a break from social media because the people was just coming at him because of his weight. So let me go ahead and share screen. So Jelly Roll quit social media after being bullied about his weight. Wife Bunny XO says, right? So I'm not. So Jelly Roll's wife, Bunny X, revealed he took a break from social media after being relentlessly bullied about his weight. My husband got off the internet because he is so tired of being bullied about his effing weight. And that makes me want to cry because he is the sweetest angel baby, she explained on a recent episode of her Dumb Blonde podcast. Although the son of a singer doesn't show it, Bunny said the negative comments really hurt him. You know, weight is a struggle for many, right? That's him. He is has recently though lost some weight. I guess he still has a way to go to his goal, but he did recently lose some weight. The internet can say whatever the F they want about you, and they say Well, you're a celebrity. You're supposed to be able to handle it. No, the F we're not, she said in a clip posted to TikTok. Enough is enough, she added. The Model 44 then spoke about the impacts of cyberbullying, urging people to think twice before leaving hate comments online. And I wholeheartedly agree with this. People are evil, they're relentless, they're hurting people, and it's all for what? Like, you don't even know these people, and people get absolutely bananas sometimes with these comments. She said, don't bully people because you never know where they are mentally, she continued. There are a lot of people who are not as strong as me that are on the internet, and they don't deserve to F and be bullied. And I agree with her, right? She said, Bunny, whose full name is Alyssa DeFord, finished the rant by telling people to leave me and my family the F alone. Jelly-born Jason Bradley DeFord and Bunny tied the knot in 2016 after 1 year of dating. The Grammy nominee 39 has been open about his weight struggles over the years, stating in 2018 that he wants to pass 500 pounds. Jelly was told at the time that he was too fat to be in the music business and would never succeed, he recorded in his documentary, Jelly Roll, Save Me. However, the Need a Favor singer, who, and that's a song that I love, who has overcome addiction, incarceration, and mental health struggles, proved to the naysayers wrong and has since become one of the hottest stars in country music. Amid his success, the rapper dedicated the last year and a half to his health journey and has since lost 70-something pounds. I've been really kicking butt, man, he told people earlier this month while training for an upcoming 5K. I'm doing 2 and 3 miles a day, 5 to 6 days a week. I'm doing 20 to 30 minutes in the sauna, 6 minutes in a cold plunge every day. I'm eating healthy right now. And I'm so happy for him because, listen, the weight thing is a struggle, okay? The heavily tattooed rapper said he is more motivated than ever and is starting to feel really good in his skin. I was thinking I plan on losing another 100 and something pounds, he said. If I feel this good down to this weight, man, I can only imagine what I'm going to feel like by the time I go on tour. Jelly's beautifully broken tour tickets kicks off in August. I really wanted to bring this story because I think that even with the YouTube world, the bullying has to stop. It's evil, it's relentless, it's mean, and it's really impacting people in a very negative way. You don't know where people are. You truly do not. And my thing is, go by that rule of if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. I don't get these people that want to sit and say, oh, to people, oh, you're ugly, oh, you're this, oh, you can't talk. Whatever it is they have to say to people. If you don't like that person and what they're having to say, don't click in. You got that right. But these people that click in to write paragraphs that are evil, and especially imagine, and I saw this somewhere, imagine you sitting there writing 3 to 4 paragraphs venting about how you can't stand me only for me to delete it. Check that. Only for me to delete it. Like, I don't understand people, and the bullying really has to stop. Savannah, you're up.
I couldn't agree more, Diva. This story kind of reminds me of a story I became familiar with during the holidays, this past holiday season, with Teddy Swims. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Teddy.
No.
He is this large
I love Teddy
white
Swims.
guy. Oh my God, I fell in love with Teddy Swims. He's this large white guy, tattoos all over his body, his face, but he has this amazing, soulful voice that just gets to your core. And Teddy is also he's a big guy, and he was afraid. He's a country boy from somewhere in a country town of Georgia, but his music, it seems to be very soulful, like it would be R&B music. And he was afraid to come out because he was afraid that it would be like he was trying to crossover, and he just didn't know how he would be perceived or received with the audiences. And because he was a big, he looks like a biker. And artists like Kelly Clarkson and Taylor Swift, and he has this song called Lose Control. And when you hear that song, I hear it almost every morning, or at night. But I do hear it in the mornings to go to work because it soothes me, and it's amazing. And he has this song. I mean, it's just he's beautiful, and he's a big guy. But Teddy was a guy that he struggles with his weight, and how he's received, and the bullying, that not only because of his weight and his tattoos, but how he's received in the crossover of the music industries. Um, but it's all about the music and the generations. But it's people hide behind these keyboards, and they don't really see the damages that they're doing, to self-esteems. And just like the stories we had the other day, with the beautiful young lady, the damages that we're doing to people's minds and their hearts and their souls. And it's more, it's internal, and it's heartbreaking. But I applaud his wife for being there, and helping her husband. I mean, he has a long way to go. I'm not familiar with Jelly Roll, but I see Teddy, and he loves his. He's not on a weight loss journey, but he is, with the help of Kelly, because I did see him recently on Kelly Clarkson. She has helped him come out into the mainstream medium, and he is, actually coming out and winning lots of awards lately. But if you don't know who he is, I definitely implore you to get familiar with Teddy. You'll absolutely love him as a person. Don't mind the physical, because he is a huge teddy bear.
Thank you, Savannah. In my opinion, you're right.
I think both of these people are phenomenal at what they do. Both Teddy Swims and Jelly Roll have a phenomenal soulful voice, and I love the way that they can do it in a way that is genuine and honest. It's something about them. Um, I hate this new thing that when we don't like somebody's comments, or what how they their opinions or how they look, then we just automatically attack. I think that has to stop, because just like we have feelings, guess what? Those people on the other end have feelings too, and you don't know what their state is. You don't know where they are in life, and how that one comment may affect or derail the whole rest of their life. And so I think it's really evil. And so I'm gonna relay it back to what my mom used to tell me: if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Mm-hmm. 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 It's just evil. Thank you so much, in my opinion. Bunny Bunny.
So I'll say this. I agree with, in my opinion, like, um you can have an opinion about something, but like people will come, like people will be like, oh, for me, and your forehead's big, you're this, you're that, and it's like, that's that's has nothing to do with the topic. And the
Right.
is, like, when it comes to people like Jelly Roll and Teddy Swims, these people are so talented, super talented, and they're not being disingenuous with their talent. Like, this is how they feel. They're writing from a real place if you listen to their music. And you get lost in it when you listen to it, and you can relate to it in some way. And that should be the focus. Like, it's unfortunate that we live in a society, in a world where, like, it's like, well, it's not fair, where some people can gain weight and everything is all right, but other people, it's like no, you need to slim down. It's like, rest in peace to Aretha Franklin. No one's coming for her weight because her voice is a national treasure, right? And she rightfully deserves the title. But it's like other people with soulful, great voices, people keep picking and prying at their appearance, until they turn a certain age. I think like we gotta get to a point as a society, and I feel like that's the reason why, I'm gonna be honest, like off the cuff, like my sister did a weight loss surgery because she became a medical influencer, and like they kept picking at her weight even though she was speaking nothing but facts. I feel like she got the weight loss surgery because she was tired of people just calling her fat and calling her overweight and calling her names. And I will always tell her before she went to her surgery, like the couple of weeks, like, do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because these hater comments. Do it because you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it because these strangers, these people that are in their grandmother's basement are telling you fat. Don't don't do it for you. If you want to lose weight, lose weight. If you want to be, if you want to do your thing and be how you are and you're happy, do what you want to do. But don't let these random people, and I'm very glad that Jelly Roll's wife was like, log off. Because sometimes that's what a lot of these public figures need to do.
Yeah.
They need to log
Oh,
off. We need to get to the point where Cardi B, sorry to just put a name out there, log off.
yeah.
JT, City Girls, log off. Carisha, log off. A lot of y'all log off because it's not going to get any better. And when you reply back to these people, which I don't see Jelly Roll doing, when you don't reply, you take the power away.
Right.
When you reply, you give them more power. You give them more ground to stand on. You just gave them more soil to stand on. You just elevated their underground platform to get above the ground. You don't have to reply. You can log off and pay them straight dust instead of giving them dust to stand on.
Thank
And
you.
I think more celebrities need to get on board with, look, let me just take my time and not say nothing and come back and act like nothing happened and keep doing what, just doing the purpose that God gave me. And my purpose is to sing, and to sing from my heart and to songwrite from my heart. That's what I'm going to do here when I get back, after I've logged off and took my time off to get my mental health together from all the negativity.
Yeah. I like that. I agree. Q said, right, you can't win against these people unless you're trying to take a Chris Brown level. Exactly. Yeah, and just even doing this, even doing YouTube, I ignore a lot. I ignore a lot. Because if you don't, you will be down in the gutter with the people. And it will take you down, and it brings down your spirit, and it brings you into another space, and it brings you into this dark space where you don't want to be. And then once you get in that dark space, sometimes you don't know how to get out. So I'm not going to let anybody take me in that dark space. If you don't want to be here, go. But don't you're not going to come here and drag everybody down with your negative energy. Katrina, you're up.
Okay, Diva. I hate the fact that these celebrities don't let their talent shows who they are. You got Karen Carpenter. Somebody told her that she was chubby, and you seen what happened with her. You had Luther Vandross. He had that weight loss surgery. End up the surgery was a complication to cause him to have a stroke. Their talent is good enough. Because if he's at the top of the charts right now, that's what his focus should be. I wouldn't be caring about what they're saying about me, simply because the reason is he still got a lot of people following him. He still got a lot of people buying his music. He's still at the top. So by you calling me fat or whatsoever, that don't mean nothing to me. I still got my money coming in. So this insult, and I know people have to be strong. And I understand when people read things, it hurt their feelings. But like you say, log off. Stop looking at this stuff, because this stuff will have you K-ing yourself. And if you buy into it, it will take you to a dark place. And I hope he's losing weight because he want to lose weight. Because look at Barry White. He was a big man, but we loved him. We call him the teddy bear. So, I mean, you have to put your focus on what you're doing. I wouldn't let nobody tell me how I feel or what I look like if I'm making my money. I would be on an island somewhere. Okay, I'm fat, but I'm on an island drinking a margarita. Where you at? At home playing keyboard, instigator? No, that wouldn't bother me. But I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people off themselves because what somebody say to them on the internet that you never even met before. So people got to start thinking clearly. Like, I don't even know who you are. So why am I even letting you bother me or saying things to me that causing me to be in a situation where I'm doing something to myself or doing something to my health that might not be beneficial to me later on? Because yes, the surgeries and stuff, they work, but it's a quick fix. And sometimes they go back and they have complications and this happened and that happened. So I feel like this. My old saying, the skinny man died with a frown, a fat man died with a frown. A skinny man died with a frown, a fat man died with a smile. Because regardless of what you're gonna do, you still gonna end up
Watch
dying
the
anyway.
words. Watch the words.
Okay. Off with a smile. Okay, thanks. In my opinion, but I'm just saying, regardless of what you're gonna do, you're gonna leave this earth anyway. So be happy of what you're doing and what you have. Don't let nobody take your peace away. Because somebody taking your peace away, that's mean that you're weak. Don't let nobody take your peace away. Because that's the only thing that you have. You have your own peace of mind, and you have to stick to your own mind. That's all. And thank you, in my opinion. I'm done, Diva.
Thank you, Katrina. In my opinion, I agree with you on this. They shouldn't have to log off. People need to be held accountable for their action. Kids are now being bullied and suffering in silence. I so agree with you on that. In my opinion, they shouldn't have to log off. They shouldn't have to disconnect. This is their business. If they want to be on there promoting their business, people should not be allowed to spew hate and evil and mean comments online. I think it's just wrong. People will literally come out and say, you need to off yourself. You need to do this. You need to do that. You're big, you're fat, or whatever. Listen, there are some health concerns that come with, different weight levels. And he's at a very high level, right? So it's always a good thing when you are moving your body and eating right. But I think regardless, the way people are with being so evil is just enough is enough, and there needs to be some sanctions on that. I never mind anybody's opinion, but when they want to come at the actual person, that's when I have a problem. Listen, y'all know y'all don't like what I say half the time, and I'm cool. But when you want to start coming at the person, that's when things I shut it down. We're not going to do that. You're up.
Well, how can I say this? We one of the things that makes this country so great is that we have quote unquote freedom of speech. And not many places do. And so when we talk about sanctions and putting restrictions on what people can say, we have that as it is on social media. And if you use certain words or talk about certain things and people report it, your Instagram account can be flagged. You can receive a warning or a strike. And then ultimately, if you get enough of them or you do something super egregious, they will terminate you. So I do think there are things in place to protect from bullying. But I also think this is the nature of the beast. There is good and evil in this world. And just as many folks who praise you, sometimes there will be folks to say something that may not be so pleasing to the ear. I had to go and look up this person, Jelly Roll. And from what I was able to gather, This is a public figure. He's confident, he's bold, and he is unapologetic, and he's very into politics. So I'm kind of perplexed. Um, I cannot act like looks don't matter with people who looks matter to. So let me say that again. I will not act like looks don't matter to people who looks matter to. If looks don't matter, why didn't he marry a woman who weighed just as much as him? Okay, he is into aesthetics. I want us to be clear on that. He is into beauty, hence the woman he married. So if he is into these things, why wouldn't other people be into these things as well? I mean, it's just it's I'm trying to coast here. I just looked up his wife, and the wife, she had on 5-inch nails, blonde hair, perfectly straight and laid, eyelashes to the second power, big boobs and all, just classic what the bad B version of in a white woman category. And she has profited off of perpetuating a negative stereotype about white women. Her podcast is called Dumb Blondes. How inspiring is that? But you want to critique and try to curtail other people's verbiage. Both Jelly Roll and his wife, from what I was able to see, these are two contrary individuals, right? And they get off on pushing the boundaries. And I'm sorry, I can't fall out of my chair over a white woman up in arms about her husband receiving negative comments about him being noticeably overweight. We got to stop with the woe is me. It's magic. And do you know how many black women? Because I heard, I think it was Katrina who mentioned what's the woman's name? You said she had a treasure. The voice. I can't remember her name, but it'll come to me. The
Somebody,
singer.
Karen Carpenter,
No, the black woman, Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin.
Yes. And I'm just saying, not only Aretha, Whitney Houston, Monique the comedian. Black women have been criticized about their weight, both big and small. And I'm just not falling for it when it comes to this Jelly Roll. You got to suck it up, Buttercup, because I've listened to some of the things that he said on Capitol Hill. This is not a pushover. I want us to be clear. And when you put yourself out there, sometimes this comes with the territory. But if you were having a bad day and he wasn't feeling it, rightfully so, I don't wish negative feelings on anyone. But ultimately, if you don't want to read negative comments, shut the comments off and keep going, because he wants people to get out there and march, and he wants people to be strong and be unapologetic in their stance. I need him to do the same thing. I'm not falling for this.
Woo, woo, woo. I mean, I'm gonna move on to Tay Tay, but I'm confused at how we're correlating because he does this. It's okay if people are calling him fat, big, this, that, and the other. Maybe I didn't hear completely incorrectly, but out of that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, what I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying that people deserve to be verbally torn down, but what I am saying is, he mentioned, or unless I heard you all wrong, pull my coattail, he's not in any type of program. He's not interested in trying to lose weight or anything like that.
No, that's not what that man said.
He said he's trying to lose weight.
He is losing weight currently.
Oh, okay. Well, good. So what's he upset about? He's on his road to transformation.
Okay, so yeah, Diane, thank you so much. So fat shaming or any shaming is unacceptable, and bullying is not okay. I mean, I don't.
Talking about someone's weight is bullying.
If you're relentless with it, yeah.
Yes, it's bullying. And let's be clear. It's not just. I think everybody thinks this because they have a blue check mark that they any different than us. It's people that right now on YouTube that are being bullied, and I mean bullied. Okay, me and Diva saw something awful today, and I wouldn't wish this on nobody. Like, it's some people out here that are going after people jugular. Okay, and I think when you gotta go that low, it is something really wrong with you. It's something wrong in your life that you're wishing evil, and you come out of your whole heart to come wish somebody evil or to talk about them, something must be wrong in your life that this is what you put out there to spread.
So maybe
Diva,
I
let me.
needed to see that story because when it comes to this person, though, this particular person with this particular wife, I'm telling you, something about it rubs me the wrong way. I'm not connected.
But I don't even understand because of the wife he has. That means that he should still be fat shamed or bullied. I'm confused about that too. But let me go to Tay Tay. Tay Tay, you're up.
A bully is a bully. When people bully people because they jealous what they have. For example, they have mom and dad and have like, a butt and I'm trying to keep it PG, Diva. And have good presence in front of their parents. That's why everybody's bullying people like there. I'll tell you my story, Diva. Yeah, I've been bullying since school, since elementary school all the way through high school because of my weight. I can't help it because I'm a big girl. I like to eat, Diva. I like to eat. I'm trying to have friends. I may forgive you for what you did to me, but I ain't forgot what you did to me. That's my story right there.
Thank you for sharing, Tay Tay, and I'm sorry about that. And I just feel like if you don't like something about somebody, what is the need to broadcast it? What is the need to type it in their comments? Just move on. If there's a podcast that I don't like the way the person is and where they're going, I don't click in it. But I'm not going to click in it just to tell them I can't stand you. That's a special kind of different to me. Dustin, you're up.
David, I'm gonna say something right quick, man. I was I had my own fair share of that stuff when I was in school. So I had somebody tell me that they didn't want nothing to do with me because of my disability. So that's not nothing I can help with, and that really hurts me. It still hurts me to this day. So and that's a form of bullying to me, and that's not fair.
Thank you for sharing, Dustin. Yes,
So
I
can I
do.
say something real quick, Diva?
Go ahead.
Tay Tay, I'm so proud of you, cause your story brought me back to this little young black boy. He was in the sixth grade. He was being bullied. They was calling him fat and everything. This child came home and s himself.
Watch
S,
your
as
words.
they say, s himself by tying a rope on a ceiling fan.
Okay,
I mean,
Katrina, Katrina.
I'm just saying. I'm just
That's
saying
good
about her
enough
being
to let
strong
this
about
let
that because he was being bullied by being fat. That's the thing I was trying to get out. But I wasn't trying to say all that. I'm just saying that's the thing that happened to him because he was being bullied because he was overweight. That's the only thing I'm saying to Tay Tay, and I'm just glad that she took the route that she took. I'm proud of Tay Tay. Eat your food, girl.
Thank you, Katrina. And tell her that, I forgive them because they so immature. That's all it is.
because Tata, you have a really, really good heart. And I just want to listen. I want to say this as being in the medical profession. I just say this: everything you do in life is about moderation. Everything you do in life should be about the greater good of your health, right? If you want to live to 80, 90, whatever, but you want to live to those years and not have to take, a blood pressure, cholesterol, or this medication, or that medication, so forth and so on, you got to think about what you eat. And me, myself over here, I struggle too. I struggle too, and I have to think about what I eat, and I have to say no to some things. And you got to eat less sugar, less salt. So I think it's not just necessary, it's embracing where you are and who you are, but having an understanding and the knowledge that you do need to make better choices, and you can love to eat, but just eat the right things that's going to support your mental health, your physical health, and all of your organs just being in great health. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do all of that. Everything is about moderation, right? But the bigger picture here is there is no need for one individual to be saying mean and nasty things to another individual. If you don't like that person, don't follow them on Instagram. It's a special kind of evil to follow somebody just to tell them every day you can't stand them. You have got to be really sick in the head to follow somebody, watch everything they do just to tell them how much you dislike them. I will never understand that. And I'm not one to say to cartel somebody's speech, but I am one to say that there's certain things that just should not be allowed, because it's a whole nother level of evil when you just want to follow somebody to tell them every single day and every chance you get that you dislike them. It's a mess. It's very messy. I want to move on to the next story, and I want to and I thank his wife. I don't care what his wife looks like, you know, who he chose, because listen, I never woke up and said, I'm definitely going to fall in love with that person right there. And I'm going to make sure that that person that I fall in love with, they look like XYZ, right? His wife is his wife. They chose each other. He liked what he liked and she liked what she liked. But all I could say is that what I do like is her standing up for her husband and saying that these people need to stop it and knock it off. I want to roll into this next story. NFL player, Tyreek Hill. This man has 10 babies. He's young. 10 babies, 8 baby mamas, and he's talking about he's stressed out. First of all, you would be stressed out when you have all of those baby mothers, but I'll give this to him. He said he's taking care of all of them. He's doing the Nick Cannon. He's taking care of all of them. But he said it stresses him out when he look out from the field and he see all the baby mamas and all the kids out there. Because who do you go greet first? How many? You got to do 29 kisses and all that. It's a lot. That would be stressful for anybody, I would think. But let me share a screen and let's get into this story. So NFL star Tyreek Hill hints he has 10 kids in a new interview and insists he takes care of them all. But the $120 million Miami Dolphins man, 30, he's 30 with 10 kids, admits it's a distraction when they go to see him play football. So Tyreek gave a new interview on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. It was thought that Hill had 6 children with 4 different women. Last year, Hill, 30, had 2 paternity suits from women claiming to have his baby. Tyreek has appeared to confirm that he has as many as 10 children in a new interview reflecting on his journey to the top of the NFL. The 30-year-old Miami Dolphins wide receiver, considered by many to be the fastest player in the NFL, faced 2 paternity lawsuits last year, while a third woman told the DailyMail.com that she also had a child with him. They need to dedicate a maternity award to him and one to Nick Cannon. Hill also has 3 children from a previous relationship with his ex-fiancée, Crystal, meaning he had up to 6 children from 4 women. But in a new interview on $1 Million Worth of Game YouTube channel, he didn't deny claims that overall the number is much higher. He was asked by one of the hosts, "You play offense, but off the field, you're all-time leading tackler. You got 10 kids. You just a family man." He bowed his head, and while he didn't confirm the figure, he didn't reject the number 10 either, causing the host, rapper Jilly the King, and influencer Wallow 267 to burst out laughing. You know, though, at the end of the day, it's very sad because these are all broken homes, right? All homes where daddy's not there. Okay, look at that little cutie pie in his hand. Oh, he's a little cutie pie. There go all the women. Hill, 10. I mean, he just got the lady after lady after lady just pregnant with his kid, okay? Hill has a couple of his sons playing in the background throughout the interviews. Says, "Yeah, man, I grew up in the South, man. You see what it is. You see my boys running around here. It don't matter how many kids I have. A lot of people won't be able to say Tyreek don't take care of his kids, though. I think," let me just pause this. I think the biggest thing, I wish all of them would have been here. All my kids love coming to the game and stuff like that. Sometimes it could be so hard for me to like mentally lock in because I got daughters too. You know how daughters be. They want to be daddy's girl. They want to be held and tough like that. Sometimes it is tough, but at the same time, I got to be aware. I still got a job to do, but I got to be a father to my kids in this small moment that I got them here. It's a lot. Hill has played for Miami Dolphins since 2022 in a trade from Kansas City Chiefs for a deal worth a total of $120 million and $30 million each year. Hill's wife makes a very brief appearance in the interview. Hill is not believed to have children with her. In March, Hill accused his effing bonehead lawyers of filing for divorce on his behalf without permission, just 76 days after the couple got married. There you go, a baby. There you go. The NFL star dropped his petition in Florida on January 30th, 8 days after it was filed, with the matter dismissed, settled, or disposed before hearing. Hill married her, the sister of former NFL player Kenny, on November 8th after getting engaged back in 2021. In the interview on the Pivot, he said he and his wife argued when their talks about a post-nup were discovered by friends. We had conversation about a post-nup. That was really where it all spiraled from. All I'm going to say is S gets weird when you tell people outside your family, you feel me? We're still fresh in the marriage thing. We're still learning, man. DailyMail.com reported in March that Hill has settled with one of the baby mamas chasing through Florida courts for child support. Brittany Lackner, 30, filed a paternity suit against the speedy wide receiver, 29, claiming he was the father of a little boy born in February 2023. She blasted Hill for offering her just $2,500 a month, while she said she was woefully inadequate for an NFL player on a $30 million annual salary. In stark contrast, the mother is unemployed, has no income, and is in debt, is on Medicaid, and has no means of support. Her lawyer protested in the court. After a 12-month legal scrimmage, the pair agreed a confidential deal, and Hill has been officially declared the one-year-old's dad. The ruling closes the book on that lawsuit. Nicknamed Cheetah for his blistering pace, is still headed to trial to determine if he impregnated a second woman, Kimberly Kaylee Baker. Baker, 29, came forward last May, claiming a paternity test would prove her newborn daughter, Trey Love Hill, was conceived during a hookup with Hill the previous October. Listen, he got kids on top of kids on top of kids on top of kids on top of kids. But he said he's taking care of all the kids. Savannah, your thoughts?
Diva, this Tyreek Hill is a whole hot mess. This young man, I cannot wait for the Dolphins to get rid of him. One of the reasons why the Chiefs got rid of him, this young man is problematic. He has numerous domestic violence charges against him. He has several DV cases on him. He has assaulted a few of his, I'm not sure if it's this wife or the previous one. He smashed a lit cigar and he put it out on her face.
Ooh,
he has several. Oh, he's very problematic, very problematic. I can't wait for. So the bigger story, yes, he has a lot of children, but the bigger story is that he keeps beating. He keeps us. He doesn't know how to keep his hands to himself. So and yeah, he's very problematic, and that's why several of the teams have gotten rid of him. And I wonder why my concern is for the women and why the women keep attaching to him. but of course it's because of the big payday that the teams do. Because I mean, he is a talented football player, but he is problematic. He has a temper, and he is very, very violent.
Ooh.
Um, and earlier this year, and I'm not sure if it's this lady because it doesn't look like her,
Mm.
but he had a really serious DV case with this one young lady where he really um, got on her, and I know he put a cigar out on her on her face, and it was a
Ooh.
lit cigar because it was a pretty bad case. So I was hoping that the Dolphins got rid of him, but they haven't got rid of him yet. So that's the bigger story.
Well, thank you, Savannah.
I
That's
just
crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, I hope the mothers protect the children from him. That's the story that I want to hear. I'm not
Thank you. I
concerned
appreciate
about the
it. Yeah. Woo. All right. In my opinion, you're up.
It sounds like because I didn't know all this backstory. So
Mm-mm.
it sounds like while he got all these children that he got to take care of, he need to go take care of himself too and get him some therapy
Yeah.
and some mental help. Um, you know what, Diva? I fought these women too
Yes,
because
yes. Come on now.
if you in debt and on Medicaid, why are you not making sure that you protect it so you don't get knocked up because you
Come
can't
on.
afford it?
Hello.
And why are you waiting on this contract where this man could get injured and you still got to take care of this child? Parenting don't stop because this contract do. You still got to take care of this child and he ain't going to have to give you nothing. So they're stupid on their behalf. They not smart as they think they is. Do better.
Do better. Hello. I appreciate you. Thank you. In my opinion, Bunny, you're up.
I agree with everybody's sentiments previously with Savannah, and in my opinion, um, the money is not moneying the same way like it used to.
Mm.
So the thing is, it's like, okay, if you was running around chasing these athletes maybe 5, 10 years ago, okay, it would make a lot of more sense. But these days, with as much as they have to pay for maintenance of their house, their cars, all their other assets, bad business deals, like this is a football player we're talking about. That means it's like 2 to 2.3 out of three, two, almost it's 2 out of 3 or more likely chance of you dating someone that's going for broke. When you are a baby mama number, insert number, get it together, tighten up. Like, you should already know not to get pregnant, and you know you're there for a good time and not a long time, and get what you need and go. Why would you stay there and have a baby and thinking you're going to have a come up? Other than you wanting to be a social media influencer that might not be making money as an influencer, there's nothing left for you. Basketball wives aren't paying. There's no football wives. Like, what is going on? Like, I just feel like that speaks to the community dynamic as well. Like, where baby mama hood is so normalized when it shouldn't be, where it's like, oh, I'll be fine, I can do it on my own. Like, okay, let's say for instance, you are with someone, you're engaged to them, you get pregnant, you have a baby, things start going good, and then it starts going bad. That's a different story. Or you're married and you have a baby or babies and things start going bad. That's a different story. But when you're just going there ill intent and like, oh, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna have a baby and come up. It's like the only person you playing is you. And it's got to get to a point where the girls behind everybody, right? Now the Gen Alpha and the younger Gen Z girls need to know that this is not the way. Focus on yourself, get yourself together, and also require men to step it up. Just don't go for everything, because you see people before you go through it all and with no results, little to no results, and they have to rebuild their lives. Like it's tragic.
Well, the most tragic one to me right now is Tristan Thompson that I know of. I'm sure there's many others like her. Where
Hmm.
you getting a check, but he don't even want to meet your baby.
Right.
It,
And
it's just tragic and it's sad. Yeah, but they signing up for this. They'll do anything for a check. I mean, I work all day for my money before I do all of that. Just
right.
baby, just so I could get this check. And like you said, they get injured, and now what? Now you're not going to get a check, and you got a baby, who the father refused to meet them. Like,
No peace of mind. No peace of
peace of
mind.
mind. Oh, you said it
My
right there.
my peace of mind, my peace of mind will go over having a baby by someone who I think has money at the moment.
Come on now, you better say it.
Okay.
Let's move on to Katrina. Thank you, Bunny Bunny. Katrina, you're up.
All I can say is all of them are stupid. Simply because the reason is he's going around sleeping with all these women, not using protection. Can't be using protection because if he did, when none of them be pregnant, I mean, when none of them have no babies. And the fact is, sometimes diseases don't come out at that point in time until later. So you taking a risk of having sex with this man, knowing that he got all these baby mamas, and probably still messing around with more people, even though he say he's married. This is ridiculous. This is pathetic. This is nasty. Then you saying you take care of your children. You might take care of them financially, but you're not taking care of them emotionally because there's no possible way that you can be with all 10 kids at one time unless they're having a family reunion every night. So this is ridiculous. This is pathetic. And for the women to get pregnant by this man, knowing that he got all these children, like you said, for a payday, that is totally stupid too. Because this child might want to be with their father all the time, but you can't be with this father because he's married to another woman that don't even have children. Y'all are just pathetic and sick. I'm done.
Thank you. E, you're up.
Well, he is a degenerate. He is a broken homemaker, and he is creating children with holes in their heart, right? I will not participate in the mockery of family where he glorifies creating 10 lives with 4 different women and 4 different homes and schools. If that, because it may be more. He said he doesn't deny the number 10. He never said emphatically how many kids he has. And from what you just read, um, he was asking for, but they had to do a paternity test and then he agreed to paternity. So it's probably more kids out there for all we know. Girl, please. He is not taking care of anything. I just saw a report that 2 of his baby mamas, Brittany and Kimberly, they said he hasn't even paid adequate child support. So don't tell me he makes all of these hundreds of millions of dollars. Let me tell you, over $100 billion is owed in unpaid child support in the United States of America, and nearly half of that to taxpayers who foot the bill for these kids on public assistance. You will never brag to me about a Negro wearing a jersey and getting paid millions to run down the field back and forth for the white people to cheer for you in the stands with a ball in your hand like a stagehand in the circus. But your kids' mothers had to get on Medicaid. You have 10 kids at least, but you couldn't even pay for the room and delivery and the doctor at the hospital. I cannot stand when a man attempts to justify making all of these illegitimate children everywhere and with everyone, and then says, it's okay, I'm taking care of them. No, you're not. It's blasphemy, is what it is. And this is why free speech is so important, because we have to call it out. And if I have to find something good to say about this story, I suppose I could say that the wife is not black from what I can tell. And some of the baby mamas aren't either. And I love that for them. Keep taking this degenerate outside and leaving your poison in the other communities, because I'm tired of these stereotypes running rampant in the Black community. It's too much to ask that these men get reversible vasectomies or try being abstinent. So the best thing I could hope for is that they continue to take all this mess to the majority community and let them deal with this mess for a change.
Woo, woo, woo. Tay, you up?
Woo, woo, woo. That's just too many kids right there, Devo. Uh, have you ever heard use protection? You don't know what this man gonna have if you don't use protection. All I said, women, stop having babies with this man. He's a no good, low down, garbage man who can't pay bills and cannot pay child support check right there. And he probably don't have no job, Diva, do he?
Oh yeah, he's a football. He's an NFL player.
Oh, okay. Well, at least he had a job. He better pay some child support check. And this is women, stop picking men who don't want to pay child support check for their child. I'll say hashtag protecting. That's all.
Thank you so much, Tay. Dustin, you're up.
Just want to say that he needs to pay child support. He's got 2 kids that I'm aware of, and he needs to start paying child support. He don't get paid that money for nothing. He gets paid a lot of money, so he could at least pay her what she asked for. It is your kids too, so yeah, it's your kids, so you have to do something. So she can take him to court, and I'd love to see it. That's all I got to say, David. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Wayne, you're up.
Yeah, this young man is very irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't care if he had 50 kids and was paying for them. He's just created 10 broken families, and the extension of those families, if those women get married, and what I want to say, he helped create these 10 different families. And then when they get married or ever get, have other kids,
mm-hmm.
and because he can provide for his kids, and he goes and takes, his child a brand new bicycle for Christmas, and the father of maybe one of the other children don't get that. Okay, so now you have a situation where now, why did he get that? When children are raised, they're not raised to be, to be jealous, because they're all being treated equally. It's hard enough for the family unit, the mother and the father working and have a couple of kids, and I'm not saying they don't provide, but, still sometimes struggle with that. And you have 10 kids all over the place. It's no way on God's green earth that you can be a father to those kids like they need a father. It's no way. You've created a mess.
Yeah.
And at 30 years old, what are you trying to prove?
Mm.
I have a friend now in their 60s. I told him, I said, you know what? You're the oldest grandfather I know paying child support. Still paying child support. Irresponsible. Mm. Your children, and you got grandkids. It's just irresponsible.
Yeah.
I mean, good. I mean, at least they getting some money. But when they grow up, we're trying to develop, human beings to be a product, to society, to add to society, not come with all these problems like this. And you can eliminate some of these problems by doing the right thing.
Right.
Settle down with a woman, have a family.
Come on, talk about it, Wayne.
You've just created monsters. And then when these kids, when they go to school, they beat up the teachers. They act unruly. And you want to know why? You don't have a family unit. You don't have a structure, a mother and father, So that's why I said he's just created a mess. And he's going to have to depend on some other man to raise this child if the woman gets married.
Right.
He's got to depend on some other man to do what he can't do. While you out, like E said, while you out on the field running up and down, these kids are here with no father.
Right.
So somebody got to step in. The village got to step in to take care of your responsibilities. I don't care how much money you have. All your money can do is try to buy them the luxuries of life, but it will not buy their love.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Ooh, it's a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and roll right into the feel good story. So hold on, guys.
Long overdue congressional gold medal will be presented to dozens of women well into their 80s, 90s, some even a century old. The award is going to the surviving workers of World War II. There were some 6 million women in all who performed an exceptional service and earned a nickname that's lasted generations.
And we did it as fast as we could, but I imagine it took, I'm sure, half a day to do a whole side.
At the age of 99, Susan King still wields a rivet gun like she did building warplanes at Baltimore's Eastern Aircraft Factory. Was it hard work?
No.
And
the gun was light, wasn't this heavy?
It wasn't that heavy. This is a good
That's heavy.
5 pounds. Mrs. King was 18 and among some 20 million women credentialed as defense workers, filling the jobs men left behind once drafted to fight in World War II.
Tens of thousands of women are already at work in aircraft.
Known as Rosie the Riveters, these can-do women were recognized through an iconic image promoting the war effort, sporting that signature red polka-dotted bandana.
I'm Rosie. I was a riveter, and I worked on the wing section of an airplane.
But once the war was over, while veterans received ticker tape parades and medals, the Rosies were ignored. Only decades after the war did their service become appreciated. Why did it take this long?
I think there are two parts to that. The first part is because they're women.
Historian Gregory Cook produced and directed Invisible Warriors, a soon-to-be-released documentary shining light on those even more forgotten.
I don't think white women have ever gotten their just due as Rosies for the work they did during World War II. And then we go into Black women. Mrs. King is the only Black woman I've met who understood her role and significance as a Rosie. Most of these women have gone to their graves, including my mother, not understanding her historic significance.
Mrs. King joins a short list of surviving war workers devoting the rest of their lives to educating generations behind them, including her own daughter, Camille.
Did you have to put pants on?
Yeah, I'd put pants on, but prior to that time, women didn't wear pants in the streets.
The Glenn L. Martin Aviation Museum in Maryland has preserved that collective memory.
We were making destroyers.
Along with another sacred site in Richmond, California, where 98-year-olds Marion Souze and Jean Gibson regularly hold court at the Rosie the Riveter National Historic Park, which sits on the shoreline where battleships were once made.
You know, we lived in a time of history that is past, and it was a good time to live. People trusted one another, and everybody worked together to get that war over with. I mean, everybody did something.
For her, it was a family effort.
My two sisters were welders, and my mother was the spray painter.
Her sister pushed to recognize the Rosies, resulting in an invitation to the White House in 2014, after then Vice President Biden got a letter from her. More recently, there is the occasional celebrity treatment, as Jean Gibson enjoyed
at a Golden State Warriors game last month. But here's the takeaway. The Rosies were leaders of change.
Well, it gave me a backbone. And there was a lot of men who still were holding back on this. They didn't want the women out of the kitchen.
The one thing that I'd like to add to the change of your life is that I wasn't afraid to try new things after that. I got my pilot's license when I was in my 40s.
I went to college, and I got my AA degree when I was 64.
Susan King did too, using her $55 a week factory check to earn a teaching degree. Then her daughter followed in her footsteps.
In my mind, I was not a factory worker. I was doing something to make money so I wouldn't have to be a maid.
Yeah, there were some badass women, they were. And they were all raised to be ladies, which is a term that's fallen out of favor these days. But they were all ladies, but there were some badass women.
Pure and simple.
Pure and simple.
Without them, of any color, where would the war effort have been?
The war would have definitely taken longer to win.
So when the Rosies descend on the nation's capital Wednesday, they bring with them the knowledge of their lifetime of service.
We must call upon women.
And a revolutionary spirit that helped make their generation great.
So why is it important for you to be among those 30 women who are going to Washington, D.C. to receive that medal?
I guess I've lived long enough to be Black and important in America. And that's the way I put it. If I were not near 100 years old, if I were not Black, if I had not done these, I would never been gone to Washington.
Yeah, the change that has occurred, some 600,000 women of color were part of the 6 million that entered the workforce after men went off to fight. And just think about that. Think about everything that they did.
It's also, as they point out, and as you point out in the piece, it's the change that also sparked for women in let me go to college and get other jobs.
Get my pilot's license.
Yeah, really incredible. Great.
Incredible. I've never heard of them. As much as history I have taken throughout my life, this was new to me. It was amazing, and I thought it was a good story to share. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Listen, guys, thank you for spending Tuesday with me. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. If you did not hit the like button coming in, please hit the like button on your way out. Be kind to people. Again, show your love to your family and friends, okay? And if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Do not cheat a deal or always write down. Thank you.
Thanks, Tay Tay.